Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mogi Beth, and for those of y'all who are new here, I have built and own a six-figure reselling business selling women's clothing online, primarily on Poshmark, but also on eBay, Tradesy, and Mercari. In today's video, we are doing something we do every month on this channel, and that is go over our sales for the previous month. So we've been doing this since February, and if you want to check out the evolution of these sales, I'll link the playlist up on the screen. But we had another record-breaking month, but before we get into that, I need to talk to y'all about the course. Okay, so an update about the course. Let me take a sip real quick. Okay, so if you watched our video last week all about the course, it went into detail about what to expect from the course, what it's going to include, how much it costs, etc. Then you know that we were supposed to launch the course this past Monday, November 9th. And we tried. We weren't at all prepared for the big influx of traffic that happened on the night of our launch. And so our servers crashed, preventing us from even accessing the backend to launch the course. This is something that, of course, is probably the best problem for us to have, but a problem that I don't take lightly because I know a lot of y'all set your alarms and we're very excited to purchase the course. And so I want to apologize to every single one of y'all that showed up on last Monday. We are going to do everything in our power to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So we're having a change of plans with the course launch. We've changed our website's host and we're optimizing it so it won't crash again. And instead of doing the original deal that the first 400 people who use the code YouTube would get $50 off, we're instead doing a pre-sale with that $50 off, and that pre-sale starts today. So from now until launch, you can get the course for $149, and if you receive that $25 off code from purchasing the spreadsheet, you can do that too. We're launching the course next Monday morning, November 16th, and 16 is my lucky number, so I feel good about it. So make sure you order before then because the price will go up to $199 on Monday, November 16th. And mainly what I want to say is just thank you to everyone who showed up to invest in this course. First of all, I'm just so incredibly grateful to y'all for showing up to purchase the course. I really think it's going to be a great investment for your business, but it means a lot to me that you trust me to be your educator in the Poshmark reselling space. But second of all, of course, we were freaking out that night, but so many of y'all that emailed us and reached out to us were so kind and understanding. And it really just made me realize how truly amazing this community is. I could cry just talking about it right now because it was just a moment in time when so many of y'all were just so kind when you didn't really have to be. And so I want to just thank y'all, all of y'all, for being so amazing. And I'm just really honored and feel grateful to be a part of this community. But to recap, the course is 4 pre-sales starting today for $149, and then it will go up to that $199 price point on Monday when the course launches. And if you buy at pre-sale, you'll have access to the course on Monday. Okay, so let's now get into our sales for the month of October. We had another record-breaking month, as I said earlier, but it wasn't by too much. Our total sales for October were right under $19,000 at $18,954.25, which is $784.75 less than August. So definitely not bad, but not a crazy amount of growth. As usual, most of these sales were on Poshmark, but our Poshmark sales actually declined, and all the sales on our other platforms at more or less doubled, which really goes to show our progress with cross-listing, which I'm very happy about. So our total sales on Poshmark were $16,637. On eBay, we sold $1,522, which is $786 more than August, which is great. And then on Tradesy, we sold $463.25, which is $318.75 more than last month. And then on Mercari, we sold $223, which is $107 more than August. And if you're doing the math, you might think, hey, you're missing $109. And that's because I actually made $109 in sales from y'all through PayPal when I did my haul this month, which I'll link up on the screen. So thank y'all to those of y'all who purchased those items. I really appreciate it. So that was really cool. And I'm thinking about doing more of that in December if I have time. So we'll see. But our sales on Poshmark declined because, as I believe, last month we listed 359, which is a lot lower than what we should be. And as I mentioned on this channel, what you list this month will impact your sales for next month, and that goes for whether you're listing a lot or you're listing less than you should be. You can either positively or negatively affect your sales next month from what you do this month. There is a delay typically in those results, but we did improve that number in October. We listed 442 items, but really what we're aiming for based off the systems that we've created is 600. But we were really focused on creating this course in October, so that's really not terrible. What is terrible is the fact that we've listed 0 this month, and that's 100% because of the course. We've also gotten very little sleep, so that's also because of the course. But I believe it's all going to be worth it in the end, and starting next week, we will get back to normal with listing and everything like that. So we sold 348 items, which was 59 more than last month. And as you can see from this graph that I will put on the screen, sales were fairly steady the first, third, and last week of October, but the second week was really slow. I was kind of freaking out a little bit. And so at the very end of October, on October 29th, I sent 30% off offers on all of my listings, which resulted in a sales day of $1,737. So that was great. But because unlike last month, we didn't sell a $1,000 Gucci dress and we sent those 30% off offers, our average sales price did decrease to $54.47, but that's still a very fine average sales price. I'm totally okay with that, happy with it. And for our average sales days, which is the average number of days it took for all of those items to sell, the average was 93 and the median was 59, which is higher than average. And I think it's because I sold a lot of older inventory this month, which is a good thing. I think fall and winter inventory that didn't sell last year is now selling this year. So I'm happy to see them move on, and you know, if that means my average sales days increase, so be it. So overall, October was a good month. If we weren't focused on the course, I think it could have been a really, really great month. It could have been a lot better potentially, but I think the course and all the effort we're putting into it is worth the sacrifice. And we still hit our projections nonetheless, and we still had a record-breaking month. So, you know, that's probably more than I can say for November, at least, you know, based off performance thus far. And that kind of stings more because typically October and November are my most profitable months. So the timing of our divided attention is kind of unfortunate, but that means, you know, if you aren't already, definitely be following through with your listing goals. And next week, I'm really going to get back on top of that because tis the season for quarter 4. It's the most profitable time of the year. So I want to discuss what is selling quickly for me these days. So I'm going to discuss 4 observations that I was able to gather from my sales for this past month. And then I want to discuss our goals moving forward into the month of November. Before we start, can I just say that I absolutely love this time of year. I'm seriously playing Christmas music like non-stop, and I'm lighting fires in the fireplace. And next week I'm definitely going to get some eggnog. So let me know in the comments down below if you love this time of year too, and if you're also on cloud 9. But I just, you know, sweater season, mugs of tea, I just love it. You know, fall is my favorite, and up until Christmas, after Christmas, it gets a little dreary, but 'tis the season for the best time of the year. So cheers, y'all. Woo. I hope you're having a good November thus far. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to discuss is faux leather leggings. I don't know if I've talked about it on this YouTube channel yet, but faux leather leggings are definitely having a moment. And this summer I acquired a good amount of faux leather leggings from 2 brands, Spanx and Commando. These two brands sell really fast and for good money, especially the faux leather leggings like I'm talking about. And I've also thrifted a few pairs within this brand and they've sold really quickly too. So in October, I actually sold 8 pairs of Spanx leggings, both thrifted and new. And one example that I wanted to show y'all were these new Spanx faux leather high-rise leggings. They sold after 1 day and I had them listed for $70 and I received an offer within a day for $65. So that was great. I think just a really prime example of a category that's just super hot right now. You know, this time next year probably won't be the case, but it's a really good thing to take advantage of it while you can, if you can find it in your thrift store or in any retail arbitrage opportunities. Okay, so the other thing I really continue to notice is that athletic wear is still selling really well, and I'm trying to expand my knowledge of premium athletic brands like I think I've mentioned in the past. There are so many out there. It's just crazy, which is great. I really think this category is so cool. But one athletic shoe brand that I love is APL, and it stands for Athletic Propulsion Labs. And this October, I actually had my first APL sale. I listed these sneakers in a brand new condition for $175, and they sold in an offers to likers for $125 with discounted shipping within 6 days. So I really want a pair of these sneakers for myself. Maybe for Christmas I'll gift myself a pair, but they sell super fast and for really good money, and I have seen people on Instagram find them in the thrift store. So definitely a brand to know if you don't already, and they have different styles, so definitely look them up and do a little research on this brand. Okay, speaking of brands that sell super fast, let's talk about Rick Owens. Have y'all had any experience selling this designer yet? I hadn't until October, and found out by selling 2 things that it sells so fast. So Rick Owens is a luxury designer with a really high price point and more of a punk rock aesthetic. They've got like platform boots and a lot of the clothing, most of the clothing I think is black. But Rick Owens has a really strong following. But the tag isn't super easy to spot, so I've put a photo up on the screen so that you can know what it looks like. It's one that if you don't really know about it, it may not be super easy to spot. Another one like that is Enza Costa, which is on my 50 Bolo list. And if y'all haven't accessed that 50 Bolo brand list, that's still free and available on mogibeth.com. But yeah, both of these brands sell really quickly, but Rick Owens sells for a lot of money because it retails just for so much. So this month, like I said, I sold 2 pieces by this designer, and one was this cardigan that I had listed for $200 and received an offer on for $150 after 7 days of listing. So I went ahead and accepted it, and honestly I'm not entirely sure if I could have made more money on this, or if I should have made more money on this, and if I should have waited. But it sold really quickly and I made a great return, so I'm definitely not complaining about that one. Rick Owens, one to know. Okay, so the category that I want to talk about that's selling really well is coats, and puffer coats specifically, which is of course no surprise since it's getting cold. So one example of a puffer coat that I sold was this new tagged North Face Gotham 2 down parka in black, and I've found that North Face puffer coats do really well, or down coats do really well. So if you do come across them in the thrift store or in retail arbitrage or something, I definitely think it's worth checking comps on. This one sold for $150 after about a month, and I had it listed at $200. So hopefully I am planning on listing and hopefully selling more puffer coats this month. I have some I need to get listed, so we'll see how it goes. My fingers are crossed, but this is the time definitely to take advantage of that category, coats, because it has such a higher ASP or average sales price than average. So, and people are much less price sensitive when they need a garment, and coats is typically one that a lot of people need. I actually need a coat. I need another coat, but anyway. So that is what I wanted to go over when it comes to the trends and observations I'm making in my sales and what's selling well. And now I want to discuss the goals that I have for November. So I started reselling full-time about 2 years ago, and 2 years ago November was my first full month of reselling full-time, and it was such a great month for me. It really gave me a lot of hope moving forward. And again, last year November was my most profitable month. And so it pains me to say that this month will probably not be the case, just because I've not been very active. And in case I was at all doubtful of the importance of sales generation on Poshmark, I'm not now. Poshmark is definitely not a platform where you can just list something and forget it. It takes a lot of effort to make consistent sales, and the sales generation module in our course goes over all the ways that I show up consistently on the app in order to make consistent sales, and it's also the ways that I haven't had time to do this month, and therefore my sales have really fallen off. And this is really the first time in a long time that I haven't been doing these things, and so it's a really, really good reminder for me that these things are important and you must do them. But anyways, my goals for this month are as follows. I expect to list 300 listings this month, and that's 30 a day, Monday through Friday, with the days that I'll have after we launch the course. And I'm also considering buying a studio box lighting system. So if you have one of those, let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. My one fear is that the items will be overexposed, but I think it could also just save a lot of time when it comes to editing photos, and we still edit our photos, so I'm definitely want to try it out. And then the other thing I'm excited for this month is shopping the Clear the Rack sale on Black Friday. If they are doing it, I need to double check, since because of COVID, they might not be doing it, but I love doing that every year. So if they are doing it, I want to go. Let me know in the comments down below if you know that. My stretch goal for sales is $15,000, which is obviously less than this month, but more realistically, honestly, it'll probably be more around 12 to 13,000 that I'm aiming for. So we'll just see. I really like to stick to listing goals because that is something I have full control over. And then typically I just make sure that my sales are happening according to my projections, my financial projections. But since everything has just been so inconsistent and a mess, you know, that's kind of, I wanted to go ahead and explain what I'm expecting so that next month when you guys see that my sales have plummeted, you're not like, what the heck? But anyways, before I go, I just want to remind y'all again that if you're interested in the course, the pre-sale is available now for $149. So you can head on over to mogibeth.com and you can buy that pre-sale price. And then on Monday, November 16th, the course will launch. You'll have access to it, and also the price will increase on that day to $199. So, and lastly, just again, thank you so much to everyone who tried to purchase this week. I'm now adding bonus videos and reformatting all of the resources, so I promise this is going to be an even better course than the one that you would have gotten last Monday. But I'm so excited to get this course into the world, and hopefully, I believe it will make a big positive impact on your reselling business. So anyways, with that, cheers y'all. I love y'all so much. I will see y'all on the next one. Okay. Bye. Y'all, click one of these videos. Look at this cool outro screen we created. Say hi. Hi guys. See you in the next video.